to do with everyone. So if I could just have your attention, we're going to watch a video real quick, and then we'll get started.
When we're laying on our deathbed, you're not going to worry about how much money you had, how much power you had, how much prestige. You're going to see that that was all game, that was all an illusion. The only thing that's going to matter is the impact you have on other people's lives.
We are all on a separate journey. But the beautiful thing about our life here on this earth is at my funeral, they ain't gonna talk about my success.
Still can't see it.
They're gonna talk about who Nick was, and how Nick lived, and how Nick loved and encouraged.
Success is incredibly important, but even more important than success, it's having an impact. It's knowing you haven't walked the planet in vain. It's knowing that because you've been here, you've blessed lives, you've developed people, and you have made the world a better place.
The effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. Everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left of you is what was in your heart.
Life is a mirror, and life gives us not what we want. Life gives us who we are.
Life gives us who we are.
When you were born, you cried while the world rejoiced. Live your life in such a way that when you die, the world cries while you rejoice.
Pretty powerful. I can tell you what else was very powerful today was being an adult in the room and listening to our youth in their work session that they had. We listened to the students' experiences today with democracy, diversity, and poverty so far that they've had in school, in their communities, in our nation, in our state. And it really served as a reality check, a wake-up call as to who we are and what we're doing as adults. And I can say that the students, they're just craving to be safe, to be known, to be heard, to be loved. And they desperately want to believe that democracy, diversity, and that prosperity are not just fairy tales we told them. I'm not so sure if they really understand that this can be our reality. So when we think about that, we want to know, what do we do collectively and as individuals to show that we hold those as core values? Do we demonstrate individually and collectively that we value them, their future, their freedom, their prosperity? We have to ask ourselves these hard questions. And we have a unique opportunity to provide our children with experiences that help them learn how to engage in the democratic practices, principles of diversity and inclusion, and efforts to defeat poverty each and every day, no matter who you are in this room. And we want to know that we're going to be preparing our students and our children to experience a life that defends democracy, demands diversity, and defeats poverty for future generations to come. So that we wouldn't need a conference like this to call us to action, but we would have a conference like this to talk about and improve our actions, to make them better, to say this is what we are doing. How are we going to make the world an even better place? Just think about that. What would the world be like right now if that's what we were focusing on in this conference? It would be ingrained in who we are. Life would be joyous, it would be kind, supportive, full of hope, and connected. So why aren't we there yet? If not us, who? If not now, when? And remember that without vision, people perish. And for us to think that that cannot happen to us is foolish. So we have to prioritize our children, their future, and implement intentional actions and engage with all stakeholders to create a prosperous, inclusive, and equitable democracy for all now. And at this time, I want to turn it over to some of our youth who are leading the way in this work so that they can share their insights as well.
Hello, everyone. So we collectively presented to the high school students that are here today. They were amazing. They're always wonderful. I just want to give a quick kind of synopsis or summary of what we talked about and what we did. So we had them do a Shark Tank, where essentially we gave them an outline and we wanted them to come up with a tangible goal, an issue in their respective schools. And we wanted them to come up with tangible ways to come up with solutions and just something they felt passionate about. So they worked at their tables with their sponsor, they came up with their ideas, and then they presented to us. Two of us were sharks. We also had two students from different schools that kind of, not really critiqued, but gave ideas, asked questions. And then we asked them and the sponsors to hold each other accountable to have these ideas be actually implemented. So they don't just die here in this room, that they're real things that we can have happen for them. So that's just kind of a synopsis of what we did and why we did it.
And we just wanted to share some key takeaways that we got from that session, since the high school students aren't here to tell you. But I feel like a general theme that we heard was that the youth of our nation are really craving for adults to hear their voices, to hear their ideas, to not just make decisions without asking for their perspective.
Let me first say today was such an amazing event. Like, this is my first time experiencing this, and I just want to say everyone did a great job. It's amazing being here. But one key takeaway I had was that the youth really want to be involved. They have ideas, and they're a reflection of us. So it's really important for us to develop them and shape their minds so that we can continue to grow as a community.
Another key takeaway that we had was seeing that the students really wanted to make policy change. They wanted to change their curriculum and really learn more about their backgrounds and the different backgrounds of others. So that was another key takeaway. And now we want to hear from you. What were some of your key takeaways from today? We have a microphone set up right in the middle, and we'd love to just have some adult participants explain what they took away from today. Don't be shy.
I'm so excited. Well, I'm just going to share this. If any of you ever wonder if anything can make a difference, my daughter moved to Valpo a couple of years ago, and I was very worried about them moving here because, it's not a place known for its diversity. And she called me, I don't know, the first week or so, and she's like, and there's African-American neighbors, and there's Hispanic people down the road, and there's yada, yada, yada. And she's like, I hope some gay guys move in next door. And that was all what it was. But fortunately for her, she moved into a very diverse neighborhood. But the cool thing is, today I learned that wasn't an accident. That was thanks to the people in Project Neighbors. So I'm looking in that brochure, and there is her street, and a house there, who are her neighbors. And so it's just to say, I can't wait till she gets home. She teaches English second language. I can't wait till she gets home to say to her, that was not an accident. That was somebody who cared one day who did something. That's why Valpo is what it is. And so that just makes me so excited for what all the rest of us can do. So that's what I want to say.
Hello, everybody. My name is Antoine. Today was such a good day. I feel like God needed all of us to be here today because it taught me that times are changing. You know, I grew up where it was like, it wasn't as safe to be a part of the LGBTQ community, or it wasn't as safe to be yourself. But I've always advocated for people to be themselves. And I feel like today it allowed everyone to be themselves and allowed everyone to understand that we are all equal and we are all as one and we all need to come together. So that's what I got from that.
Thank you both. Anyone else? Any other takeaways? Let's got one more.
So I learned today that someone said something very profound. This is not just a one-time opportunity. This is a forever journey. And so it doesn't just stop today. Everything that we've learned today, we will include for the rest of our lives. And hopefully that will bring the change that we need to see.
I'm short, so I gotta bring this down a little bit. Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you, Urban League, for bringing this to us. It was inspirational, and I just love meeting you all and being in the rooms with you all, learning and talking. And thank you for showing your vulnerabilities and being so open. And I just learned that we have to all use our voice. We have a voice. It's powerful. And we can't back down. And we have to use our voice to do what's right and to be good people and to show kindness, even though sometimes there's big boulders in front of us. We have to keep pushing to do the right thing. So thank you for energizing me today, and I'm so thankful to be around all of you.
Hello, my name is Will. At my table, we talked about defeat poverty. And I think that just going through the 2 sessions I went to and just private conversations here, if you want to demand democracy, if you want to demand diversity, you have to defeat poverty. And poverty isn't just about money. It isn't just about what kind of car I have, but it's about the poverty of opportunity. It's about a poverty of not knowing that there might be a training class that can get you a job that pays better than $20 an hour. That there might be people in your community who are willing to fight for you, but you don't know that they're there. That there are places like here in Valpo that build communities of diversity. And so, I will confess this, I am right-leaning. But I agree that everybody needs to build their community, build it up, not just from up here, but from down here. Because how will a student care about their homework when they sleep on the floor?
Yeah, that's true.
How will a student care about participating in the classroom or participating in a training class that my company offers, but they don't get lunch because the bus leaves before they can get lunch? So it's the whole picture, okay? But it starts with defeating poverty. So I ask and challenge all of you to think about what kinds of action you will personally take so that once we defeat poverty, we can demand for diversity. We can demand for democracy. And thank you for holding this. I learned a lot today, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you.
I have already talked to some of the young adults, and certainly the young professionals. I always applaud Dr. Alan McLeod. I told her she can get people to work on more stuff. I told her that's her retirement package. She's going to teach us all how to work boards. All right. But this has been phenomenal. And I think what my thing is, I've always gone to the breakout sessions. So I actually haven't really heard what you do until today. And I appreciate so much your resilience, I've talked to some of you individually already, but I do think that as the aging, maturing professionals, I think we're going to be just fine.
Thank you. Oh yeah, one more. Come on up.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Great, good. One, I want to say I love your energy. I love that so much, and I just love it. I'm all about bringing energy. So my name is Darian Thompson. I'm the Director of Student Success and Urban Engagement at Purdue University Northwest. And thank you, Dr. McLeod, just for having this symposium. So this is my first time coming to this, and I will definitely be in attendance next year. But I loved how, we're intentional. Our youth is the future, and we want to make sure that we're providing those spaces for them. I loved how we were able just to come into a room from all different backgrounds, right? And just being able to work together, have different perspectives, and really, it takes a village. It takes everybody in this room. I loved being able to have like the networking piece with it, coming with the workshops. I learned so much. And again, it takes everyone. And if we're all working together to help our youth, make sure that, you can stand on our backs as well too. And I want to make sure that you guys know that, and that should go for everyone in this room. We should be making sure that, we have more high schoolers here next year. And making sure, I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to put it out there, but it's so good though, it's great. But I just want to say thank you guys just so much for this experience and making sure that this isn't just for today. This is 365 or 366 because it's leap year. That this is happening all year round, and that we're doing what we can to help build diversity here in Northwest Indiana. So thank you for having me.
I just want to piggyback on the whole, it takes a village. So I want to say thank you to the staff here at the university who set the tables, who break it down, who clean up after we're gone. For the volunteers who took time out of their day to be here all day to make sure you can find your rooms and that we can set it up. For the speakers and the moderators who took time and talent to be here, we appreciate you all. Thank you.
It's been a day. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all for doing what you do. I wanted to give them the opportunity to wrap up. I want them to do more, and I want us to sit back a little bit. I think we have done a lot in terms of mentoring and sharing. Mike, Berta, Cynthia, Dr. Lackey, and these are the leaders of today, not tomorrow, of today. And I think it only befitting that we give them an opportunity. They don't know, but next year, they in charge. So they know it now. You will be joining them. Some others will be joining them to pull this off. Yes, we want more high school students. I know I fell out in the chair. But remember, they have to get back to the school. So we're trying to figure out now how to make it work because those students want to stay longer. It's just that they're bused here
And then, they have to get back to the school and then they're bused home. So we're trying to figure it out right now. But as long as I have all of your support and you continue to, because the students come free, and that's not really free. So your sponsorship helps us cover the cost for those students. So I just ask that you continue to support the Urban League and what we do. I want to thank everybody who played a part in this. Thank you, I can't thank you enough. I appreciate you, I love you. And if you're on my board, I run a tight shift. This one was in Phoenix. I was texting her. I was calling you at 6 o'clock in the morning. I do that. Matt, you're not on my board, but you understand what I'm saying. I work you because I couldn't do this without a board that is supportive. And I listen to them, they listen to me, and we just work together. So I thank everyone for coming out. I thank you even for coming back for the wrap up. But we have some amazing presenters. Weren't those presenters awesome? We know that it was a little heated in the room, so we're just going to say that the presentations was hot. We'll put that, but we understand that. But thank you so much. Some of you were sitting on the floor, fanning, but we just thank you all for just staying the course with us. There's so much more for us to learn. We're on this journey. It doesn't end. And we will look for you back here next year. This year was in March. Last year was in May. We're going to try to figure out the dates. But we'll be back here at Valparaiso University. And I just want to give a hand to the president who continues to open this university up for us to come in. And Rebecca is actually his chief of staff.
Thank you so much, everyone, for today. And honestly, give yourselves a round of applause for your participation. And thank you, Dr. Ellen McLeod, as well. I'd like to stress the importance of who you all are and what you're doing in your communities. You're professionals, and you are adults, and you are the people that are going to help lead the way for the youth. I'd like to also challenge you to continue to step outside of yourselves and continue the conversation after today. And continue to bridge the gap between the youth and the adults of our nation today. It is our responsibility to not become complacent, and it is our responsibility to continue our journey of exploration and advocacy and education for basic human rights. So I really want to thank you all, and I will leave you with one of my favorite quotes from Gandhi: "The future depends on what we do in the present."